This easy Dollar Tree side hustle can easily earn you $1,000 per month. It's very low risk, but look for the brands. So I thought this would be a pretty interesting article to basically check out. So a TikToker has shared a secret to earning money on the side with a low risk side hustle that can easily make you $1,000 a month. Obina is an online content creator who uses his social media accounts to document his pursuit of financial freedom, according to his Instagram bio. The low risk side hustle, 500 plus a month. Let's see, so more than 45,000 TikTok users follow the full time student for his tips and videos showing the different hustling tactics he pursues on his page, known as The Obina Show. And basically, he says, first go to your nearest Dollar Tree, he advised. Blah, blah, blah. Obina captioned a recent informative video revealing a side hustle involving almost any big brand product you can find and said, don't miss out. With screen text reading, low risk side hustle 500 plus a month, Obina showed himself walking into his local Dollar Tree store. So start shopping. First, go to your nearest Dollar Tree, he advised. Walk around the store until you find a product that you think you can resell for more than $1. Reselling cheap, clearance, or on sale products online that you find in the store is a side hustle technique that you can keep in mind when in other stores like Walmart, Dollar General, or even Target as well. So choosing the product. He chose a product by Crayola named Bathtub Finger Paint Soap. Always go for big brand products like Crayola. Once you have an eye on your product, Obina said to check e-commerce sites like eBay or Amazon to see if the product is profitable. Especially when unopened, some items may resell for much more online as opposed to in-store. So targeting seasonal products could come in handy to boost the resale price for something that isn't available in stores year long. Now, is it profitable? With the Crayola product he chose, he found that multi-packs of the bathtub finger paint he found in the dollar store are very profitable online. The video showed that variety packs of 5 3-ounce bottles of the product are sold online for nearly $20 plus shipping. Do this with every big brand in Dollar Tree and you will easily make $1,000 a month, he said. Now here's the thing. I wouldn't necessarily say that this is easy, but I would probably say that this is simple. Like, it's probably simple for someone to actually go and do this, but it's probably going to take a hard amount of work. But if you can make an extra $1,000 a month, it might be worth it to you. It was also shown that packs of 3 of the Crayola painting soaps, which can be purchased singularly for $1, are sold online for just short of $13. Obina commented on his own video advising his followers to save for later, to which someone replied, always. Remember, any added income from a side hustle needs to be reported to the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, or you could face fines. With the holiday season quickly approaching, here are 4 ways to save on festival travel. Save money on heating as fall turns to winter with 4 gadgets, blah 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 blah. Okay, interesting. Feel free to give your thoughts. The thing is, I don't think this is necessarily a bad side hustle. Now, here's the thing. I personally know of a store where the whole store quite literally basically does this business model, meaning there's like a massive store that their whole business model is that they basically buy in bulk items that are basically on clearance, or basically buy items from stores that are closing down with inventory where the inventory is still technically good, not expired. And that business is probably generating hundreds of thousands of dollars every single year because they got a bunch of employees. You got to pay people, you got to pay your monthly costs, for like just utilities, like normal business expenses, blah, 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 blah. But they're probably making a good amount of profit per year. And their whole business model is reselling. They don't sell any of their own products. It's purely other products that they bought for cheap and resold for a lot more money. By the way, there also was a TV show that used to run where it was, I think it called Blue Collar Millionaires. And in that show, you had an individual who did not graduate high school, never went to college, obviously. Basically, their like knowledge level in terms of like book learning stopped in middle school, right? Like they didn't even get into high school actually. And yet, he became a multi-millionaire. I'm talking like deca millionaire, like I think over $10 million. And the way he did that was he actually resold planks that he bought on very cheap money. So he could get like basically wooden planks, for like flooring and all that kind of stuff for like a few cents per square foot and resell them for a few dollars per square foot or even like $10 to $20 per square foot depending on the actual product. And he made millions upon millions of dollars, and all that guy did, all his business was just reselling flooring. Nothing else, just reselling flooring. That was the only product. So reselling could be a very good business because it's very cheap to start. Like this in this article, you could basically go to a Dollar Tree or any sort of clearance type of store, go in there, pay $1 or $2 for an item. Obviously, doing research when you see that item in the store because you could literally do like a simple eBay search or Amazon search and see what is that price listed at and has it been sold at that price. If there's reviews on that product price, but with on that product listing with that price and that price versus the price that you might pay in store has a big enough margin to where if you were to like basically spend the time buying it, taking it home, repackaging it, and listing it, would it make sense for you? Because you also got to factor in how much time are you going to dedicate to actually doing this. So I think honestly, this is more ideal for someone who, one, doesn't work full time or for some reason shops at like dollar stores or dollar trees for like their weekly groceries or their weekly needs for their house. If that's the case, then it does actually make sense for you to potentially try to do something like this because you're already going there or you have the free time to justify even doing a side hustle like this. Because a lot of people really need to factor in how much time am I actually dedicating to this, and it does it like make sense for me to go and do something like this instead of just applying for like a nearby job at a nearby location to make money hourly, right? Because a lot of people don't understand, but you can make good money at Walmart. You can make good money at like Target. You can make good money basically at any sort of retail store, roughly speaking. You could definitely make good money at Costco, apparently. You could like potentially make like $44 an hour on some days, which is pretty insane. Like there's options out there that are more reliable than something like this, but if you were to grow a side hustle like this to the point where you could end up basically paying someone to do all this stuff for you, then it could really start to scale up and you can start making a lot of money. But another way to actually think about this, right, is that reselling an item is easy on the selling part because people already like the brand, right? So you're not really spending any money marketing the brand because the brands already spent millions upon billions of dollars marketing their brand to consumers, which is why this individual chose the Crayola because people know what Crayola. They know the brand. They're familiar with it, right? But if you really want to scale something like this and really make like a business out of this, you're really going to have to aim to maybe try to do like something like private labeling where you end up buying these items from the actual manufacturers, the same manufacturers probably that Crayola is using, spend pennies on the dollar basically per item, and then resell it on like Amazon or eBay or on your own store in terms of like Shopify drop shipping. That's another route too. Because those routes you could truly scale into like a full-fledged business because you're basically now focusing on marketing, right? Because you already have all the basically products ready depending on which route you go, Shopify dropshipping or Amazon FBA or whatever type of fulfillment that you have. Like you no longer necessarily have a bottleneck once you solve those things because the problem with reselling, you're constantly having to go in to a store, buy these items, find items that actually are good enough, and then resell it. Whereas if you had your own product, you could keep selling that product over and over and over again and just boost your profit margins or decrease them, but massively increase your scale, right? Like another way to look at this, right, is like, let's say that you could sell a coffee drink, right? So you have a coffee drink of basically Starbucks, like a Starbucks, uh, one of those coffee energy drinks or whatever, right? People can buy that Starbucks coffee drink without really like second guessing it. Like, oh, this thing's going to taste good. I know Starbucks. I've drank it before. It costs like $4 or $5 or whatever per can, like at like a gas station, right? That's why you see like gas stations basically reselling these items because they know that they can make a decent amount of profit margin by just buying these brand name drinks and then reselling it, right? So you could use like a gas station example, but you have like a physical location and you have a lot of traffic to where you could justify something like that. But another route that you could take is literally creating your own drink, buying the stuff in bulk for cheap, selling it for a high ticket, and then marketing it to complete strangers and potentially selling it. And if you end up building up like a loyal fan base or a loyal customer base, and you just keep on scaling that and scaling that and scaling that, then your business could become like a multi seven figure, multi eight figure type of business. Another example of this actually basically being done is the supplement industry, right? There's typically like major like supplements that people end up buying. Like I think there's like Gold Star or like whatever whey protein thing and all that kind of stuff, right? Where you basically just go to like a Walmart or a Publix or whatever, go to the pharmacy aisle and you see these, you know, whey protein supplements, right? But you're familiar with like the 6 Star brand or like the whatever brand that's there. But there's a lot of social media influencers, a lot of social media companies where they build up a following, build up an audience, and they actually build up a brand that people are familiar with. And now they can basically sell their very own supplement for okay margins to the point where it could scale because it's basically a commodity and they just keep on replenishing this over and over and over and over again. And that's where you get something like, for example, a company like Gorilla Mind, where that company is probably doing disgusting amounts of numbers in terms of like revenue. Like I'm talking, it's probably like an 8 9 figure company, right, in terms of revenue. And all they do is basically sell supplements, but they've built up a brand and they built up basically like social media influencers that are basically also affiliate marketers that sell their products so that everyone that ends up promoting their products end up also making money from selling those products, and then also the products can basically just be replenished every single month for new and new customers. So it's just something to really think about. Reselling like this from a Dollar Tree is good to basically stick your foot into the whole idea of making money on your own, but is not really a truly reliable stream of income unless you basically have like a physical location or you're able to realistically always get reliable traffic to your products to potentially sell them. Like you have to get people actually seeing your products to sell them, and if you're able to find a reliable way to do that, then it kind of makes sense. Something to really think about. Feel free to give your thoughts about this. If you want to learn how to get out of debt, go to 40unbucks.com.